Hi everyone, and welcome to this, my video on applications to probability. Applications of what? Well, counting methods, of course, because it's for the methods 1 and 2 course here in Australia. And if that makes no sense to you whatsoever, don't worry about it. Counting methods and probability and combinations and permutations is worldwide. So, should we get started? Did I say my name was Darren from Maths Guru? If I didn't, I have just. Understand how to apply permutation and combination theory to a range of probability problems. And this video is going to be really short because I've only got two to draw from at this moment in time. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we've looked at the addition and multiplication rule in a previous video. We've looked at permutations and we looked at combinations. Now we need to look at the idea of probability. And probability basically takes all that theory and now just turns it into a fraction. But let's not rush. If you can do me a favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be massive. It just supports the work that I'm doing and basically says, hey, Darren, I watched your video, because so few people watch maths videos. I mean, why are you watching it? Someone's making you, more than likely. All right. So, and please leave a like if you can. And if you find it useful, just tell your mates and your teachers, right? The more people who use this resource, hopefully, the more I will help them smash maths. Right. 4-letter words from example 1 are to be made by arranging letters of the word special. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 letters there. What is the probability? Now remember, a probability is given by the number of successes divided by the number of trials. What is the probability that the word will start with a vowel? Right, we've got 4 letters, and in this situation, order seems to be important. So this is going to be permutation stuff, right? Order is important. What is the probability that will start with a vowel? Well, if I look at my word for special, 3 of those appear to have a vowel in it. So that first one there has to be one of 3 choices. That one's now used, so it would appear I've got 6 for there, 5 for there, and 4 for there. So if I do 6 times 5 times 4 times 7, which equals 360. Now, to this point, a lot of people go, oh, well, I'm done. No, because the question said you needed to find a probability, and probabilities have a value between 0 and 1. And I think 360 a little bit exceeds that somewhat. Now, what we've actually found there is the number of successes, right? Those number of 4-letter words that will start with a vowel. But that's not all of the 4-letter words that actually we could have made. Because if we go back to the idea now without a restriction, there would be 7 times 6 times 5 times 4, which gives me 840 different 4-letter words we can use. So therefore, my probability is going to be given by 360 divided by 840, which is 3/7. Ka-ching. And now looking at example 2. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel yet? Oh, come on, please. I know it's a bit needy, but it just tells me people are watching. 3 students to be chosen to represent the class in a debate. 3 students. I want 3 students, please. If a class consists of 6 boys and 4 girls, what is the probability that the team will contain exactly 1 girl? So if it's got 1 girl, I want 4 choose 1, which would suggest I would have to have 2 boys. Why? Because we've got to have 3 people in total. I'm multiplying them because I'm going to choose boy and then girl, or girl and then boy. So I'm looking for the total number of ways of which of doing it. And the order of whether I choose a boy first or a girl first doesn't matter. And you can sort of unpack that by thinking a little bit about a tree diagram. Yes, because if I choose the boys first and then a girl, or whatever it is, it's not going to make any difference. So 4 choose 1. Well, I know that that's equal to 4 because I've sort of done Pascal's triangle so many times. 6 choose 2. I don't remember. So firing up my calculator to make that a little bit easier for me. So 6, 2, hit enter, is 15. So 4 times 15 is 60. Am I done? No. Why am I not done? Because again, it wants a probability. So in that situation, how do I work out my bottom number? Well, we were giving sort of restrictions for, 1 girl, but that's not the number of ways we could choose 3 students from all of those. In that situation, we would want 10 choose 3. That's how many ways we can choose 3 students if we are not being restrictive in any way, shape, or form. So 10 choose 3, I happen to know, is 120. And so therefore, my answer to part A, my probability would be 60 divided by 120, which gives me a stunning answer of a half. Okay, what about part B? At least 2 girls. Now, whenever I see the words at least 2 girls, I'm like, yeah, nah, not doing that in any way, shape, or form. Way too complicated. Yes. And in fact, in many other questions, it's more complicated because at least 2 girls means I've either got 2 girls or I've got 3 girls. Now, I could do that, or I could work out the probability of no girl and 1 girl and then subtract it from 1. But sort of going back now a little bit on what I've just said, let's do this easier. So the probability of getting 2 girls is going to be 4 choose 2 times 6 choose 1. And the probability of getting 3 girls is going to be 4 choose 3 times 6 choose 0. All right, so those would be those. And again, that's just the total number of ways. That's not the probability yet. So let's actually put my equal sign under here. 4 choose 2. Again, just going to fire up my CAS quickly. 4 choose 2. I should know this one, but it's 6. Times 6 choose 1 is 6. 4 choose 3 I know is 4. And 6 choose 0 is 1. So it gives me 36 plus 4, which gives me 40 ways. So therefore, my probability is going to be 40 on 120, which gives me 1/3. And there we go. That's the end of that video. 2 quick examples. That last example was a little bit interesting, but hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you can, let me know. Leave a comment on YouTube, like, subscribe, all that malarkey. And have we understood how to apply the permutation and combination theory to a range of probability problems? I should Coco. I'm done. More videos to come, but this particular section of the course is now finished. Hopefully, I'll see you in another video. If not, please take care, stay safe,